So we have tasted the push notification. Now it's time that what happens when the driver accepts the ride request. So if the driver accepts the ride request, we want to navigate the driver to a screen where it will show the polylines from driver's current location to the pickup location. So let's get started with it. So for this, we will go to driver view, and inside home screen driver, we will create a new file naming it home screen builder. Home screen builder dot. We will come up with a stateful widget here and name it driver home screen builder. Okay, here we will return a stream builder. So why we are going with a stream builder, we will constantly check that inside the driver profile data, the driver is having an active ride request or not. So let me give you a glimpse of profile data. So here we do have a parameter that is active ride request ID. So it's available only for driver. So we will constantly check that whether the driver inside the driver profile, the driver is having a ride request ID or not. If the driver is having a ride request ID, then we will navigate him to a screen where inside map the polylines will be there, where he can navigate from his location to the rider's location, and then from rider's location to the destination. And if this parameter is null, he will be landing on the regular home screen, that is the map, and in the map his current location will be shown up. So let's go to home screen builder. Here we'll go with a stream builder. And here we will go with a stream builder. So let's copy this one. Check out here, we have previously gone with a stream builder. So we will come up here and copy this database ref. Come down here and paste this database reference. Okay, and here we will import the constants file. So builder is going to be context comma snapshot, and here we have to provide a stream. So for stream, we will go with driver profile ref dot on value, and here our stream is created. So now it's time that we check whether the driver is having some kind of data or not. So first we will check if snapshot dot, let's come here and have a look. We have this stream builder, if event connection, okay. We will copy this, paste up here. Let's come to this screen. What is this event? Okay, it's context comma event. So let's go with event only. After all, it is a type of event. Okay, it is a database event, so let's go with event only. If event dot connection state equals connection with state waiting, then we want to return home screen. Then we want to return home screen driver. Here we will go with const. Let's come up here again. So this data can't be null, and let's come up here. If data not equals to null, we will decode it, like we will convert it to profile data model. Paste up here. We have to add a curly braces. We have to import this profile data and start convert. If event.data not equals to null, we will convert the snapshot, or you can say database event, into profile data model. And now we will go for a check. If profile data dot active ride request ID not equals to null, then navigate to a screen, else navigate to another screen, else return this one. And if profile data.active write request id not equals to null, then we want that it navigates to another screen. So we will, inside this home screen driver, we will go and create a new file, naming it script screen dot. So we will go with a stateful widget and name it script screen. So let's return scaffold here. Body, for now, let's return, let's go with center, child, text, and let's return a message that you are in script screen, and it will be good. So here we will return const script screen, and we are good. So here we will go with else. We will return this one. Okay, we are good. So what it's, let's go with the logics here. So it first checks that like our stream is in connection state or not. If it's in connection state waiting, then it will return us home screen of driver. If it's like, if the data has been loaded, we are connected to the stream, and now it checks whether we are having an active write request or not, or we have an active write request or not. If we are having an active write request, then we will be navigated to trip screen. And if we don't have an active write request, then the same, that is, we will be navigated to driver home screen. Let's save this one. Now it's time that we come up to the dialog, that is the push notification dialog. Inside common controller services, we will go for Firebase push notification. I think so. Firebase push notification dialog file. Okay, we will head over to the accept swipeable button, and here we will just go with some of the functions. So let's have a look. What are the functions which we want to trigger? Write request services driver dot accept, check write availability, get write request, get write status, update write request ID, and here we have update write request status. So let's come up here, and here we have to introduce a new function to accept the write request. Okay, so let's create that function. Here we will go with static accept write request, and here we will accept two parameters. Those will be string write ID, and another one is going to be build context, and it's going to be a asynchronous function. First we'll go with database ref. So let's open this one. Yeah, okay, so here we will copy this, and come back to our function. Here we do have this trip ref. Let's make it ref only, that is reference, and here it's going to be write request, write ID, and here it's going to be driver data, or whatever you say. We will come up in common model, we will go for profile model, and here we will search for, we will go in write request model, and here we will search for driver profile. We will copy this one, paste here driver profile. And here we will go with profile data model. Profile data equals to context.read profile data provider dot profile data. Okay, so why we are accessing it from the profile data provider? It's because whenever the app loads up, the first thing we fetch is our profile data information. So we will take the profile data from profile data provider. Now it's time that we upload the profile data. So we'll go with ref.set profile data.toMap. And here then we will go with dot, then we want to show a toast, and dot on error we want to show a toast and throw an exception. So after successfully uploading the profile data, let's throw a toast here. Toast service dot send scaffold alert, and it's going to be write request registered successfully, and the toast status is going to be success. And we will copy the same toast message, paste up here, and here the message is going to be oops, unable to register right, and here it's going to be error. And after this toast message we want to throw an exception. Yeah, we are good. So first thing here we will trigger is that accept write request, and we have to pass the write ID. So the write ID, it's going to be write request model dot writer profile dot mobile number, and here we'll go with a null check. So we have to trigger some more functions here. Let's have a look. What are those functions? So at first we will trigger accept write request, then we will trigger write request services driver dot update write request ID, and it's going to be write request services driver dot get write status, and it's going to be 1. So let's have a look, like what is this get write status? It's basically like that. So 1 means waiting for driver to arrive, like the driver has accepted the request and now he is moving towards the pickup destination. So the next thing which we want to trigger is updating the driver's active write request ID. So write request service driver dot accept write request and update write request ID, and it's going to be this mobile number only. Copy this one, paste up here, and we are good. So we have updated write request ID. So here it should be update write request status. Instead of ID, we want to update the write request status. So what are the parameters? It's status and write ID. So we have this status. Now we have to pass the write ID. First comes status, then comes write ID. Yeah, it's good. So we have accepted the write request. Next we have updated the status, and then we have updated the write request ID in driver profile. That's great. So let's run the app and test it out. There is another thing which we want to change here, is that here we have to go with the builder. So common driver, inside view we have introduced a new file that is home screen builder. We'll copy this one. We will go to sign in logics, and here we'll go for check authentication and navigate, and instead of bottom navbar driver we will go for home screen builder. We will copy this one. Here I come, and instead of this, okay, that's not the good thing. It's going to be the same bottom navbar driver, and here in home screen driver we will pass driver home screen builder, and we are good. So inside bottom navbar driver we will pass driver home screen builder as the home screen. So what the logic will go, if the active write request ID is null, it will go with the usual driver's home screen, else it will navigate to another screen where we will be showing the entire trip data, like polylines from driver's current location to pickup location, and then polylines from pickup location to destination location. So let's bring up our postman. Here is our post request for push notification. Let's bring up our mobile number and let's push a request. So here I have sent a request, and here we do have this. So if we just go with accept, here we do have a message that write request registered successfully. So I think we do need to restart our application because we have modified this driver home screen builder just now. So let's restart. We have restarted our application. Now it's time that we go with a toast message. Go with a push notification. So we will trigger a push notification. Here, let's accept this one. And it says write request registered successful. And it should have this dialog should have popped up, but it's not popped up. So let's check and pop up this dialog box. So we'll come up to the codes and navigate to the file that is push notification. Here we have this services Firebase push notification, I think so. This is the dialog box. So here we will go with barrier dismissible. It's going to be false. So what does this code means? It means that if we click outside this dialog box, it will just pop up. That's not going to happen. So I think so there is a error in here, that is check write availability. So if snapshot exists, we are going with this stream. If it's exist, okay, we have if okay, we are good. If profile data not equals to null, then it will stop the audio player and pop. Else, that means this else case is for like if the snapshot is not there, else it will pop. Okay, good. So we'll come up to this push notification dialog and scroll down here. We have to make two more updates here, that is audio player.stop, audio player.stop, and let's save this one. So we'll come up to our Firebase database. Here, if you come to write request, you will find that in driver profile we have updated the driver profile thing, but let's delete this. We have deleted the driver profile, and from user section we will delete the active write ID. Delete. let's trigger the push notification again. I will bring this to, I have to reload the app, and here we are in home screen. So after we send this push notification, the moment we accept this push notification, we should be navigated to the new screen and our dialog box should have been popped. So let's send a push notification. Here we do have this push notification here. Accept. We have been navigated, but this dialog box is still there. So that's an issue. Let's come at the top, go to this function, check write availability. And here, stream listen, okay, we are good. We have fetched the data. We have fetched the data. We are checking that data exists or not. If driver profile is not null, then we will pop up the toast. And if the data is not there, that is the write data is not there, the write request is not there, then also we will pop up. So this function should have triggered, right? That is, if driver profile is not null, then we should have popped up. Okay, that's not the case. Okay, so here we have to go with push notification dialog. We have to add another, that is after audio player dot stop, we have to pop this navigator dot pop. So we have to pop this dialog box. Let's save this one. Let's restart our application. Before restarting, we have to delete this write request driver profile. We have to delete this driver profile from here. And coming up next, we have from the user section, from the driver, we have to delete this active ride ID. And here we are good to go for a new, what we can say, new push notification. We will just restart our application, come up with this too, and here is our app ready. So let's trigger push notification. Here we do have this. Let's trigger this accept, and here we are navigated to this, that is you are in a trip screen. Great. Now here in the screen we want to populate the map, and the moment the driver accept the trip request, we want to show him map and a polyline from driver's current location to the pickup location.